The applause had barely faded when the host leaned in, smiling for the cameras. "This next question," he announced, "might be a bit too hard for our little guest from Eastwood." The audience laughed. Imani Carter stood still, her hands clasped in front of her plaid skirt. She didn't laugh. Brett Wallace, the white host with perfect teeth and a perfect record of patronizing students like her, turned toward her with a smirk. "You nervous?" he asked. Imani met his gaze without blinking. "No, sir." She answered the question flawlessly. The scoreboard lit up, cheers erupted, then the room went silent. Brett reached over, grabbed the hem of Imani's skirt, and lifted it just an inch. "Must be some lucky charm stitched in here, huh?" he joked. The audience gasped, and Imani didn't move. But the camera kept rolling. Whispers spread through the auditorium. Some laughed awkwardly, others stared. Imani stood frozen under the blinding lights, her voice swallowed by the tension. Brett turned away casually, brushing invisible lint off his blazer. "All right, folks, let's bring up our real finalist now." Behind the curtain, a stagehand motioned for security. Imani was quietly ushered off stage. No words, no explanation. Her classmates shifted in their seats, unsure whether to clap or stay silent. "She should be grateful to even be here," someone muttered near the back. Offstage, a female guard took Imani's arm. "You're done," she whispered. "Wait," Imani said, her voice low. "I didn't finish." But no one listened. And above her, the banner still read, "The National Youth Genius Showcase, live." They thought they had silenced her. In the control booth, a technician leaned closer to the feed monitor. "Wait, rewind that," she said. Backstage, the producer's phone buzzed. He answered and turned pale. Someone had uploaded the skirt scene to social media. It was already trending. Hashtag let her speak. Hashtag live humiliation. And then came the twist. An anonymous account posted the entire final question set with metadata. Each file was watermarked ic.coder v2.7. Within seconds, comments exploded. "This girl wrote the questions? She built the quiz software? She's the author?" On the main floor, one woman stood up slowly in the front row. She wore civilian clothes, but inside her jacket was a badge. Major Grace Carter, Imani's mother, and she had watched everything. The lights dimmed unexpectedly. The crowd murmured. A voice came over the intercom, calm, female, firm. "Due to an internal review, the program is being paused." On stage, Brett Wallace looked confused. Then a pair of security officers flanked him. "Sir, please come with us." "What is this?" he barked, still smiling nervously. "Ask your network," one of them replied. In the wings, Imani stood quietly. Her skirt still creased, her voice steady. A producer approached her. "We'd like you back on stage to explain what happened." "No," she replied. "I'm not here to relive it." He hesitated. "Then what would you like to say?" Imani stepped forward. "To every girl who's been told to sit quietly and smile, this stage is yours now." And the room went silent. She didn't accept the medal. She didn't finish the final round. Instead, Imani called her classmate Maya, an autistic girl disqualified earlier for slowness. Together, they stood at center stage holding hands. "No more perfect scripts," Imani said. "No more silent shame." Her mother, still in uniform, stood at the exit, not as a rescuer, but as a witness. The network issued an apology. Brett Wallace was suspended indefinitely. But Imani didn't post about it, didn't do interviews. She returned to Eastwood the next day, sat in the same desk by the window, but something had shifted. Not the world, just the weight on her shoulders. And that was enough to start a storm. Even after being humiliated on national television, Imani Carter proved that silence is not weakness, it's strength, waiting for the right moment to speak. If you believe no one should be shamed for where they come from or the color of their skin, share Imani's story. Have you ever been forced into silence in front of others? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to hear more powerful stories like this one.